be optimum too, you know. Just like when I met Teddy, she ended up coming. We were in Brooklyn when we met because that's where Uptown Records was. That one of the Brooklyn or someplace else because he had 2 locations. But and I have so many interesting things to do. Like people don't realize I have the T-shirt that Michael Jackson gave me. Don't hold up the project T-shirt that he gave. I have my Uptown T-shirt from Uptown Records. Okay, I have like a lot of crazy memorabilia. So that's like another thing that I want maybe concentrate on at one point, just to share that. I don't know if I just want to put it on Instagram or how I want to do it, but at some point I'd like to share a lot of those things just to show. I have my original Keith Haring poster that he did for the Paradise Garage. The Paradise Garage was so cool. They used to give you like little trinkets and stuff, and Keith Haring did a poster. It wasn't for Grace Jones, but it was for something. And he did a poster of this man. And I can't explain it, but anyway, I still have my original poster, okay, which I'm going to have framed, you know. But the point is that I have a lot of great memorabilia from, you know, my days.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the idea is to hone in on just one small things going forward. So just as we just finally just thinking about when you are ready to say, okay, I'm coming out and I want people to know that this is a new, you know, I'm about to bring out my music and stuff. You definitely then would need to get a couple of pictures out there. And it might be even recording little small videos like, yep, here's Tammy from, this is what my plan is. Having all those things. So that means your Instagram page becomes a very different setup. Your YouTube channel then reflects that. The performances come in there. So you're pretty much almost building up before you bring out any new stuff. You're really testing the waters, getting people to recognize, okay, Tammy's coming out. Wow, this is unexpected. But as I said, we can do a lot of this offline just to, you know, I can go through both your Instagram and your YouTube and just give suggestions and ideas. And then we, you know, strategize with timings and stuff. So that it then seems to be, you know, it then feels as if actually this is really happening. And so those are the kind of things that we can probably start to look at and stuff. And, you know, there'll be countless singers out there who would be honored to be able to say, oh, let's do a virtual duet kind of thing, just to tie in together that actually, well, Tammy's coming out and stuff. A lot of that is,
and here's the thing about, not to cut you off, here's the thing about a lot of stuff. You know, I've seen what a lot of other people do. Like one girl said to me, oh, Tam, you know, you can do the hip hop thing. I can't do the hip hop thing. And I'm going to tell you why. I never had an album out, never went on tour with none of these people. I don't have the same background in that respect where, you know, I have a lot of unique ideas. And that's why I say to you, I think of myself a lot of times as a new artist, you know, and just say, for instance, this is how I feel about myself. If you didn't know that I worked with Teddy, wrote a song with Michael, helped, you know, discover the Neptunes and blah, 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 you know, took them under my wing and all that I did, got them there first. If you didn't know that about me, it doesn't matter. I just feel like I have a tonality that people, that resonates with people. I know I do now. You know what I'm saying? To be quite honest with you, there's something that I've always known about myself. It's just like anybody else. You know, you think about Venus and Serena, they know how to play tennis. They know that's what they know because not just because their father taught them, but it's something that they embraced. You know what I'm saying? And they got into tennis and tennis got into them.
Yeah.
That, you know, and that's what it is with me and my music. So a lot of times when I say, oh, I don't want to do the old stuff, I kind of feel like Michael Jackson when he got on the stage in Motown 25 and he told his brothers, yeah, those are the old days. Okay. But he did do the songs. As much as everybody knew the songs, he did do it. And you're right, because it's not always about what you want. It's a business thing, and it goes with what the fans want. And it helps to bring a fuller scope. So I get what you're saying, but I kind of feel like even if people didn't know anything about that, I could be a brand new person and just come out with something. I just feel that where I am and where my music, God had blessed me for my music to evolve, they're gonna like it.
Yeah, no,
They're gonna
definitely.
like it.
Yeah, definitely. But I
Like it
just,
because I'm a music lover. And
yeah.
when you hear me, you hear that. And that's one thing I know you hear about me, it's not about me, it's about the music. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Today, the time we live in, people are so into themselves, them. That's great. But I'm about the craft. I'm about the art of music. It's
yeah.
such a blessed gift that God gave us music.
Mm,
Some people they can't even hear. You know what I mean? So they don't even get the opportunity to hear a Quincy Jones or a Chopin or a Bach. Name anything. Stevie
mm,
Wonder, a Bob Marley. I love it all. I really
mm,
do. You know what I mean? I was just listening to some music last week when I was a young girl. My mom took me down to the village and she turned me on to the village, and I was working at some stores down there. When I went to one store, the lady played all day Charlie Parker, Billie Holiday, Diana Washington. This is a white lady that ran the store. It was an antique
mhm.
store. And when I left that store, I knew all of those songs. I went out and find they were all on the Verve label or whatever. Went out and found those albums. I still own them to today. They're on cassette. Then I worked at another place, Canal Jeans, that was down further down. It was part of Soho. It wasn't called Soho then. And they had a sound system at the place. Canal Jeans was a wonderful store. It was a store that was for the whole family. You come in and they had secondhand clothes on the outside and a lot of secondhand, because that was the style back in the 80s, secondhand clothes and things like that, army things and just
Okay.
different things. And then they had some new stuff too, and a lot of buttons was a big thing. It's a different time, you know what I'm saying, punk
Mhm.
rock era. When I went to that store, they had a soundtrack and that's all I heard was Billy Idol, uh Tears for Fears. I learned all of that music there. They didn't play any R&B. I had to go home to hear WBLS. They didn't play that at that place, okay? So I've been educated in such a unique, special way, with a lot of great music. And I'm a music lover. That's all I have to say. I just am. It doesn't make a difference what song I make. I still love so many other people's music and get so much enjoyment from. I was just listening. It took me back. I was like 16 or 17 when I worked at that store. And it took me back to all those great songs. Rod Stewart, uh, you know, all of the music was great at that time. Talking Heads. There's just so many groups. I can't even name them all. Okay. All the punk rock groups. I love the time that God brought me into the world because woo, the music has just carried me. It really has.
Yeah, and compared to what we're getting now, so um, but I mean, I was thinking what we will do is offline. It would be to start working out a sort of a plan just to see how we can get this going. I mean, as I said, there's going to be a lot of excited people who will be really keen, and but we need to make sure it's done right, and so yeah. So I mean, yeah. So I'll set up an opportunity to get in touch with you offline and start
Thank
to
you so
see
much for
and start to
offering to
see.
help me.
Yeah, no,
I appreciate that because I need help.
yeah, don't worry. I mean,
I
as I
do.
said,
You can't do everything by yourself.
no, and I started doing a podcast with two other people, Stevie and Sheldon, because I do everything on Halftime Chat by myself, but I wanted to be able to be in a space where I can just be myself with other people just chatting with me, and so I just they agreed to join me in doing something twice a week for us to have a chance. So you don't feel isolated, and so
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff where I know that it's they're going to be when we started talking together about how to support you on your journey, I know that there are going to be like-minded people who would be all but willing to say, how can we help you realize your dream of getting your album out there? So that would be the plan. And so it'll be, and you'd be surprised how many people are just dying to be able to get to hear a full Tammy Lucas album.
I would, but now, like I say, I'm older now, and I'm wiser, and I just sense that, and I've read a lot of things and listened to a lot of things, and I realize, sometimes you can get stuck on one person or one situation, thinking that there aren't, but there's so many people, like you said, that God could connect me with, that are on the same wavelength that I'm on.
Yeah.
But being that I'm not being visible enough,
Yeah.
that's what's stopping me from connecting with them sooner, or, and that's why I say the Holy Spirit moved me and my shy self to go ahead by myself, because there's still nobody here telling me, hey, when my mother was alive, my mother pushed me. She knew I'm her only child. I'm an only child. I don't have brothers and sisters, So, when you grow up with brothers and sisters, it's a different dynamic. They push you in different ways, you know what I mean? But when you're an only child, like I say, my mother used to push me, and she's not here anymore. You know what I mean? She pushed me to do certain things, because the Pisces can be a real hermit, and me growing up as an only child, I love to spend time by myself. I'm not like a lot of people who have to have people around all the time. I'm good. That's why I do my best writing that way. They give me the track and I go by myself and soak in that track. That's my formula. I soak it in on my own, whether it take a day, 2 days, and then by then I have something.
Hey, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you love what you watched, there's over 100 artists that we've interviewed, so please check out the videos. Remember to like, share, and not unsubscribe. But better still, become a member of Halftime Chat and get exclusive videos ahead of time. But thanks for watching. Take care.